Well, it's been some time, and for those eagle-eyed amongst you, you will notice I'm on a different bike, and there's a long story behind that. Don't worry, I haven't got rid of the BMW. That's in the bike hospital. This is a loaner bike, a Honda NT1100. I'm gonna ride to work on this glorious day and tell you if I like it. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you'll also know it's the DCT version, so effectively a big scooter. But we'll talk about the S1000XR first, and what happened and why I've got this courtesy bike. Well, a white van driver knocked me off, causing £5 worth of damage to the front of the bike. I'll put a photograph up of the bike somewhere here, and I'll put a list up of all the parts they're replacing and the price of them. I'm amazed, absolutely amazed. So they're replacing one of the fork legs, that comes to £1,400. The front wheel they're replacing, that's £750. Mud guards, £300. Fairings, bits and pieces, auxiliary lights. So what happened, are you ask? Well, so going to work one morning, coming this way, coming down this road here, just chilling. Nice ride, nice weather, beautiful day. Oh, white van, oh my god, nice to get away from him. As I'm coming down the hill, you'll see the road narrows. I can see two vans, one on my side of the road heading in the same direction, one on the other side of the road trying to come up the hill, and they're jostling between the two who is going to give way. So I can see this, as you'll see now. As I come down the hill, you can see where the road turns to the right and goes under the bridge. So it narrows, so I can see that they're blocked, so I stop. I give about a good car and a half distance, and I'm looking at the guy in the mirror. I look behind me, everyone's come to a stop, I've come to a stop, and they're just jostling, well, they're just waiting to see who gives way. All of a sudden I see the reverse lights come on the van, and I'm like, oh my fucking god. And he just reverses, what would I say, best way of saying it, angrily, as in, oh, I've got to give way. So he just slams it in reverse and starts to come back. I got nowhere to go. I'm like, shit. So the rear of the bumper hits the front wheel. I try to walk the bike back as much as I can, but he's going quite fast, so eventually the front wheel turns and I go down. It lifts the back of the van up and pushes me along the floor until the car's behind, and the van that is causing the obstruction as well starts beeping their horns to tell him something's gone wrong. So bike gets taken away. You can see from the photograph it doesn't look that damaged. Auxiliary lights, godsend, better than engine bars. No damage to any of the side of the bike at all, so really impressed with that. Auxiliary lights worth getting, even better than engine bars. So twisted my leg under the bike, hurt my shoulder, arm, smacked my head on the floor. was just a really shit day, and for needless stuff as well, absolutely fucking needless. And the fact that you know, there's plenty of room and I could see him, he fucking looked at me. Well, anyway, so bikes with BMW getting repaired, it's not damage that I worry about, it's just superficial really, so I'll get that back. But I've been given this, I had a choice, Africa Twin or this. Checked on the interweb and they said that it's a really new bike, and when I got it, it had 3 miles on the clock. I've done 911 in about 4 weeks, so I must like it because I do a lot of riding on it. So I did a little bit of research on it. This is not facts and figures or anything like that, but it's basically an Africa Twin. It's Africa Twin frame, Africa Twin engine, 1100, 2-cylinder. Sounds lovely, sounds really nice. And it's just got a bit of a more sports touring presence and shape to it. It's not an ugly bike, I think it's quite nice. It's a lot smaller than the S1000XR. It's not as fast. It's more of a cruising bike, yeah, a touring bike. Windshield is really good. I can ride round with a windshield at full height with nothing coming into my eyes at all, you know, wind wise. So yeah, I like that. It is, as I said, it's a lot smaller, lighter than the XR. Feels a little bit more nimbler. You can throw it around a bit. But yeah, I quite like it. If I hadn't have bought the S1000XR and I was shopping for a bike, would it be on my consideration list? Yes, it would. Would the DCT be on my shopping list? I don't know. I'll talk about the DCT in a bit. But for the price of the bike, I think it's about 15 grand with a DCT. Yeah, I'll probably, if I didn't have the budget to buy the XR, then this would be on my consideration, especially the fact that you get panniers with it, so it's ready to go touring, and that sort of stuff. The general ergonomics on the bike, yeah, it's nice and comfy, you know, it fits me fine. I can flat foot on both feet. The display's okay, you can flick through and change the display to different modes. It has good connectivity through the bike to your helmet, for your phone, so you can do navigation, media and phone. I'm listening to music as we are chatting. It's quite easy to set up, and I'm shocked it is faster when you turn the bike on to boot up than my BMW. Connects a lot faster. I need fuel, so that's a bonus point for it. It hasn't got a good as good an LCD or TFT as the BMW, and yeah, I'm not sold on the bottom screen that gives your speed, so you get in 2 places there and there, so it is what it is. Into neutral and handbrake on. Yep, handbrake. So yeah, so I'm not sold on the 2 screens. Plus it's a pain in the ass to hide on videos, blurring and all that sort of stuff. It's a proper pain in the ass. Premium. How much is it today? £189. Oh, not bad. Walking back to the bike, yeah, I do like it. I like the front end. It looks really small, doesn't it? Yeah. Key is a pain in the ass. Once you go keyless, you'll never go back. Okay, handbrake off. It's got a lovely engine note on it. A lovely engine note. So D for drive, S for sport. So let's chat about the DCT then, because that's the big thing about this bike. Apart from scooters and the odd quad, I've never really ridden an automatic bike. When I first got it, I was a little bit hesitant about the bike, because I'll show you now. So on the right hand side is the neutral, drive, sport, manual, a handbrake. On the left hand side is the upshifter, which is this finger, and then thumb is the downshifter. So this is quite busy, and the amount of times that I've hit the indicators while downshifting, or the downshifter while indicating, has been a pain in the ass. And I constantly ride like that, like loser, because one finger's on the upshift, one thumb's on the downshift. I understand the flexibility that it brings to new riders with limited movement in the ankles or in the feet, so I welcome that. Give everyone the chance to ride, and people who are not as confident with gears as some are. I quite like the manual gear system on bikes. One, you know, it's different. You know, people who don't ride bikes look at it and go, how do you change gear? Well, with your foot. Oh really? How does that work? Oh, that's magic. That takes it away a bit. I think I would have preferred this bike if it had been automatic, but the up and down shifter was still at the foot, so that I just could hold on to the bars, free up all this clutter on this area, and life's easy. And not only that, most bikers are used to it. Up and down. It's like the XR, I only need to use the clutch really in engaging first gear. The rest of the time is a quick shifter and a blipper. So yeah, I think they could have done that a little bit better, but I understand it. You know, and apparently someone did say you can get shifter down there for the gears, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know. You know, put it in the comments if you can. The handbrake, if it had auto hold like the XR, that would have been brilliant. Don't know if you can spec it as an option, but it's a pain in the ass trying to having to engage it all the time. Well, not all the time, when you park the bike up. So we're cruising in third gear in sport mode. So if I put it into drive mode, you'll see one of the issues I don't really like about the DCT. So we're in drive mode, travelling at 30 mile an hour, so straight away upshifts to fifth. So now cruising at 30 mile an hour in fifth gear. Feels like the engine is struggling, not massively. There's a lot of torque in this engine, but in drive she wants to always go up really quickly. It's like 27 mile an hour in fourth gear. I haven't done a thing. This is the bike just doing it. So if I give a bit of space between me and the van in front, so I'm in 4th gear, and I think, oh, do you know what, let's see what kickdown this bike has got. The gear change is a smooth mind, I will admit. In drive, they're quick and they're smooth. So 20 mile an hour, just cruising along, got into 3rd, 4th, 5th. So once I get past the cyclist, I'm in 6th now at 36 mile an hour, so I'm now going to gun it. So it does, but it takes an age, and it drops down 1 gear, sees how you are going, then drops down another gear, sees how you're going. So I don't tend to drive it in or ride it in drive mode. I always tend to put it in sport mode. It is a lot faster, holds onto the gear a bit more, and will downshift a little bit better. However, on corners, nice long sweeping corners, where I'd probably want to hold the lower gear to drive through the corner, it will want to change up, and it will change up or down, which it doesn't unsettle the bike, but it's like something that I wouldn't do. So you're like, oh. So on any twisties, on any nice roads like Llandudfri, Sunnybridge, anything like that, I'll always stick it in manual mode, and I'll just use the paddles. So like now I'm in 3rd, if I use the paddles, 2nd, 3rd. So I think it's not for me. I think it's alright for cruising, touring, easy driving, round town, just twist and go. I think and getting people who necessarily wouldn't ride because of the gears or mobility in their fingers or ankles, then I think it's a winner. 5 years from now, I think the technology would have progressed where it is set up better. But me personally, I would just like to see the shifter stay down at the foot level and my hands do the holding on, especially on the twisty roads, that sort of stuff. So yeah, so not now, give it a couple of years and let other companies develop it and put their stamp on it, and I think it'll be a really good system for the bikes. My one question mark is with it, everything's got a cost. The DCT adds about 2-3 grand onto the cost of the bike. My car's DCT, and I am dreading when I need to change the clutches on it, because it's a big job and it's expensive. So would that be the same for this? Probably. And once this is out of warranty, what's the longevity like of the DCT? What's the cost going to be like to replace the gearbox? And let's be honest, some bikes obviously harder than others, but if my bike's out of warranty, I'll change the clutch pack myself. As low, it's not that hard. I wouldn't even consider touching the DCT on this, the clutches on this, and also the software. I know Honda, like to think, wouldn't release something that is not reliable or anything like that, and since I've been riding it 1,000 miles, I haven't had a single issue. but I think after the warranty I'd be questioning buying a second-hand bike with DCT, you know, purely for the reliability and the cost side of things of repairing or just replacing worn parts. But that's, you know, that's a long time off. Most of these bikes are going to be covered by warranty for a couple of years first. I can't believe how nice it is today. It's supposed to be nice all weekend, and then Monday's supposed to be really nice. So like it, with sport mode on now, I'm at 30 mile an hour in second gear. Yeah, I could go to third and just relax the engine a bit, and that smoothness of change is really nice. There's a little nervous bit about me when I go back to the XR, how easy I'm going to be going back to changing gear manually. Oh, one of the other things I've noticed, I mean, the engine sounds nice on this. It sounds lovely to rev, and you know, it is a nice sounding note from the engine. If you've ridden Africa Twin, then you'll know it is a lovely engine, very torquey. But when you come to traffic lights, and as I've done on loads of occasions, giving it the old rev of the engine just to say, oh, listen to the sound of this, everybody, this is amazing. Yeah, you've got to put it in neutral. I've shot forward so many times and scared the shit out of me. It's not good. Should be a show off button. Press it, you got like 5 seconds to rev the engine, and then on occasions I put it in neutral at a traffic light, giving it a bit of revs to say, yeah, look at this, and then press the drive button, go to pull off, and it's still in fucking neutral, and then you're left looking like a complete and utter dick. I think I've got a clip which I'll play on a ride this weekend with my mate, and all he does is just rinse me completely because I'm left looking like a complete and utter tool. Huh? Oh, fuck my life. Fuck my life. What the fuck? You can't. I'm in 6th gear. What the fuck, like? Tool. So yeah, so that's the NT1100. A very nice bike. Not sold on the DCT, but I think it's emerging technology that will get better over time. It's comfortable. It does what you ask it to do. It is quality wise not as nice as the XR. There's little bits of plastic and that sort of stuff which is not as high spec as the XR, but then it's not as costly as the XR, so I can live with that.